Welcome to Just Relationships, the show that offers you concrete ways to make your relationships better. Whether it's your boss, your spouse, your children, or your friends, the quality of your relationships in life directly affects how you feel about yourself and the success you achieve. Your host, Dr. Duffy Spencer, a psychotherapist, telecoach, author, and seminar leader, will interview top experts to help you learn to manage this essential part of your life. And now, here's your host, Dr. Duffy Spencer.
Greetings to you. Well, if you listen to my show, then I know you're interested in relationships and you're interested in love and intimacy. And today we're going to be talking to Dr. Sally Valentine, who is both a PhD and a social worker and a certified sex therapist and an advanced hypnotherapist, etc., etc. And we are talking about tantric sex and what on earth that means and what is the relationship between love and sexuality and intimacy and spirituality. So if you were listening last week, you know that we had promised for this week to continue the talk on chakras. And I guess, Dr. Sally Valentine, I would want to know what is the relationship between knowing about the chakras and having better relationships in our lives? Is there a connection there?
I think there is. And actually, the more I learn and the more I raise my level of awareness around chakras, and chakras are the energy centers in our bodies, the more I see the relationship. So last time when we were talking, I kind of started off with just giving a brief description, and I think I'd like to continue with that to help your listeners today, especially if they didn't hear the last one, to what we're even talking about when we say chakras. And chakras are the energy centers in our bodies, and there's 7 main energy centers. And
so,
last time,
yeah, I'm sorry. So we're not just one big ball of energy, but we literally have almost 7 different balls of energy.
Yes, or wheels. And actually, the chakras are they come together, accumulate in a more like your ball, like a wheel of energy in different places within the center of our bodies. And so, and you know, everybody has, when you think about it, has an experience of energy. You know, we talk about it, somebody who has a lot of energy and somebody who is just dragging, so their energy is really low. And, you know, when you are excited with your partner, you can feel the excitement and the, you know, the stimulation that you feel, and that's energy that has been amped up. Sometimes when we walk into a room, a big crowded room, you know, we can feel energy in the room. In New York is a good place. When I was, and I'm not from New York, I'm from Virginia originally, but when I went to New York, the thing I noticed so much was just on the streets of New York is how intense the energy was just all around me. And so, you know, when we think about energy, even just basic energy, I think most of us have a sense of high energy, low energy, intense energy. When we have no energy, we're dragging, you don't even want to get out of bed, or we just can't, you know. So even knowing and being aware of energy levels. So we take that's energy, and imagine that within our bodies we have accumulated parts in our bodies with clusters of energy that is more concentrated. So in the center of the bodies there are 7 energy centers, and each energy center is related to a certain part. Like the first chakra is located at the base of the spine, and that chakra is called the root chakra. Every chakra has a color to it. This particular color is red, and the quality in that first chakra is really connected to qualities of survival, security, feeling, belonging to our tribe. And that's when the energy in that part of the body is flowing. When we have stuck energy in our root chakra, we might have feelings of not enough. We might feel not worthy. We might have a lot of fears around our security. And our last show, we were talking about how, as therapists, we work with clients, and oftentimes we might be able to have an idea of what some of their issues, depending on how they the different words they use, that kind of cue us as to this is a certain part in their energy center that might be affected. When we move into our next chakra,
I'm sorry, Sally. Yeah. You had also commented in the last show that a lot of the lower chakras is where we need to go for psychotherapy, right? This is a stuckness when you talk about not feeling enough, not feeling worthy, feeling insecure. So many of my clients have these beliefs and feelings, and that really is, as you say, the basis of feeling good in oneself, in one's body, in one's world. So I just wanted to comment on what you had commented on the last show, because I think that's very important. Yes. And
so, and how we address it, aside from the awareness, raising someone's level of awareness around what might be going on for them, and in some of our tantric practices of our breath work and other kinds of practices of breath work, not just Tantra, but, focusing on fully breathing into the body and focusing on bringing that breath all the way down to the root chakra, to the base of the spine, and visualizing the energy spinning in that area to just kind of open up that area. And so through some of our breath work in a concentrated place within our body where our energy center is, to consciously bring our attention to the breath in that area to help open up that area in the energy center in that body with our breath, with our focus on it.
And is that symbolic? In other words, we breathe into our lungs and which go, our lungs are in the front, but our rib cage goes all the way around. And I work with someone, a physical therapist, a kind of holistic physical therapist who talks about breathing into your back, like breathing behind your heart, if you will. So, so when you say breathe into the base of your spine, can you really do that, or you just visualize doing that? Like that is symbolic. You're bringing the energy down to the base of the spine. When you're breathing, obviously the breath only goes to the location of the lungs. That's the function of the lungs. But when you breathe into it, that visualizing that breath going all the way down to the spine. So there's a part of visualizing and bringing your focus down to the base of your spine. And breath helps facilitate that beginning part of bringing the energy down. So when we breathe in, we bring our energy into our lungs and bring it down to the base of the spine. Thank you, Sally. Yeah. Thank you. I always wanted to ask that, and here we are, and you answered it perfectly. Thank you.
Well, before I did this, years ago, I used to be an intensive care respiratory therapist before I got into this field. And one of the things I would do is help teach people how to do abdominal breaths. And, the abdominal breath is actually a yogic breath, which is actually a tantric breath. And just the mechanics of it is when you inhale through your nose and you expand your lungs, you allow your diaphragm to drop down and the lungs fill with air, and the belly is extended out as the diaphragm drops down. So mechanically the diaphragm is dropping, the lungs are filling, your abdomen is extending out. When you exhale, your abdomen returns back to its resting state, and the diaphragm moves up, and the flow of air moves up and out of your lungs. And oftentimes people with lung disease, we're teaching them how to do abdominal breath so that they get as much oxygen and oxygenation in their body through correcting the way that they're breathing.
Beautiful.
Also, with us, you and I, we're working with clients, and they are anxious or they are fearful. I witness that there is a lack of breath. They're holding their breath. Sometimes people in a lot of psychological pain are really holding their breath. And so one of the exercises that we can help our clients with is having them, not only inviting them to slow down, but asking them just to take a full breath in and just relaxing your body. Allow just the air to move in your lungs, expand your lungs, your belly expands out. Allow your belly just to drop down in its resting state. Just allow the air to move up and out of your lungs. And that, just talking someone through, can help calm their nerves, help calm them down, bring that level of anxiety down so that they can continue the work, or maybe we even would pause our work, depending on the intensity of it.
That was beautiful. I was doing it as you were talking about it, and it does feel so good and so luxurious. Like, you mean I can really do this regularly on my own, for myself? Your voice changed when you did that. That was lovely.
Thank you. It's good when you can't sleep too. I find that when you wake up in the middle of the night and now you're awake, just kind of focus on just breathing, just laying in bed, just doing some slow, deep abdominal breaths. And when this happens to me, I just talk myself into falling back to sleep. I just relax your shoulders, because my tendency, if I do this, is I wake up and then I'm starting to think for what I'm doing for the next day.
Right.
And it's too early to get up. So
yes, exactly.
I have to talk myself to falling back to sleep again.
Right, to just gently guide your body into relaxation through breath. Absolutely.
And I didn't used to be able to do that, but that is another perk. For doing, for having a regular meditative practice or practice. These are some of the effects that are go well beyond our sexuality or intimacy with our partners. It goes really into living a more relaxed life.
Yes, a more relaxed life. What a concept. What a concept. My goodness. So I know people are waiting for the second chakra because we have 7.
Yes.
and we're halfway done. Yes.
That's right. Oh, my God. The second chakra is our sexual chakra or our sacrum chakra. And this is the place. Now, this is located in your body. It's below your belly button. And remember, each one of the energy centers are in the center of your bodies. So this one is located in the below your belly button, inside, deep inside, and this is qualities of just a flow of passion for life, of creativity, of sensuality, of healthy sexuality. If this is an open chakra, this is flowing, the energy is flowing well. A lot of times when we're stuck in this chakra, we might have issues around control, whether it's sex or money or whatever. We may experience shame, and shame might be affecting our sexual chakra, preventing our easy flow of sexual energy because we might be stuck around shame. and even competition sometimes.